In this video, we're going to look at how to sum values that are greater than a specific number using an Excel formula. In this example, we have a list of fruit and vegetables and its quantity. And what we want to do here is to add the values of only those fruit and vegetables that have more than 500 units. We can achieve this by using the SUMIF function. So let's go ahead and begin entering the formula in cell G3. Equals SUMIF, open parentheses. The first argument of the SUMIF function is the range to which we'll be applying a criteria to. In this example, that's range C3 through to C9. So let's go ahead and select this range, followed by a comma. The second argument is the criteria that we'll want to apply. Therefore, this is where we specify that we only want the formula to sum the values that are greater than 500. The way we achieve this is through the use of the greater than sign, followed by the number 500, given that we only want to sum the values that are greater than 500, and then enclose this in double quotation marks. So let's go ahead and enter this into the formula. We'll start off with the double quotation marks, then the greater than sign, then enter the value of 500, and then another double quotation marks. The third argument is the sum range. This argument is optional, and if omitted from the formula, the cells in the first argument, which is the range against which we're applying the criteria, will be summed. In this example, given that we want to sum from the same range that we're applying the criteria to, we can exclude this argument from the formula. So let's complete the formula with the closing parentheses and press the enter key. Great, the formula is now returning a value of 2100. So if we manually add up the values that are higher than 500 in range C3 through to C9, we will get a value of 2100. So we can manually add this up, which will include the 700, the 800, and the 600, which add up to 2100. So the formula is returning a correct value. I also want to show you how you would write this formula if the criteria value is captured in a cell, and say you want to use a cell reference in the formula instead of manually entering the criteria value into the formula. In this example, we have the criteria value of 500 captured in cell E3. And what we're going to do is to reference this cell instead of manually entering the 500 into the formula. Let's enter the formula into cell G4. Equals SUMIF, open parentheses. We'll select the same range, which is C3 through to C9, followed by a comma. And then for the second argument, which is the criteria, what we're going to need to do here is to only enclose the greater than sign in the double quotation marks, followed by an ampersand, and then the cell reference that captures the criteria value. So let's go ahead and enter this into the formula. We'll start off with the double quotation marks, greater than sign, and then another double quotation marks, followed by an ampersand, and then reference cell E3, and then complete the formula with a closing parentheses and press the enter key. Great, we're getting the same value. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please click that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.